The Magical Adventure of Timmy and the Talking Tree. Timmy was a curious boy who loved exploring the forest near his home. One sunny afternoon, as he wandered deeper into the woods than ever before, he found an enormous oak tree with strange, swirling patterns on its bark. As he reached out to touch it, the tree began to shake, and to his surprise, it spoke. "Hello, young explorer," the tree said in a deep, gentle voice. "I am Talder, the guardian of this forest. Few come this close, but those who do are invited on a magical adventure." Timmy's eyes lit up. An adventure? Where to? The tree chuckled, and a glowing door appeared in its trunk. "Step inside and you'll see." Excited, Timmy stepped through the glowing doorway and entered a magical world. Here, the rivers were made of chocolate milk, clouds were fluffy cotton candy, and animals could talk. He met Oliver the wise owl, Nutty the playful squirrel, and Rosie, a giggling rabbit. They all welcomed Timmy and invited him to explore. Timmy slid down rainbow waterfalls, soared through the sky with birds, and had chocolate milkshakes by the river with his new friends. He was amazed by all the fun and magical things around him. Everything was possible in this enchanted world. But as the sun began to set, Timmy knew it was time to return home. "I've had the most amazing time," he said to his friends. "But I should go." Oliver nodded. "You can always return, Timmy. Just believe in the magic, and the forest will be here for you." Timmy stepped back through the glowing door, returning to the ancient oak tree. "Thank you, Talder. This was the best adventure ever." The tree smiled, its branches swaying. "Remember, the magic of the forest is always waiting for those with a curious heart." With a big smile, Timmy ran home, knowing he had discovered a world of magic that would always be there for him.
The Adventures of Luna and Starbit. Once upon a time, in a small town on Earth, there lived a curious little girl named Luna. She loved to stare at the night sky, dreaming of the stars and planets far, far away. Every night, she wondered what it would be like to travel among them. One evening, as Luna was sitting by her window gazing at the stars, a bright light shot across the sky and landed in her backyard with a soft thud. Luna hurried outside and was amazed to find a small, friendly robot. Its eyes glowed blue, and it had tiny wheels for feet. "Hello!" the robot beeped. "I'm Starbit, and I've come to take you on an adventure to space." Luna's eyes lit up with excitement. She had always dreamed of visiting the stars, and now her dream was coming true. Starbit opened a small door on its side, and out popped a shining silver helmet and a spacesuit that fit Luna perfectly. "Ready?" Starbit asked. "Ready!" Luna replied, putting on her helmet. In a flash, they zoomed up to the stars in Starbit's spaceship, flying past planets, moons, and glowing comets. Luna's heart raced with joy. She looked out the window and saw the Earth getting smaller and smaller behind them. First, they visited the moon. It was covered in soft, silver dust. Luna bounced around in her spacesuit, enjoying the low gravity. Next, they soared past Mars, with its red rocks and dusty hills. Luna thought it looked like a big, sandy playground. But their final stop was the most exciting of all, the Star Garden. Hidden behind the farthest planet, it was a magical place where stars were born. Luna and Starbit floated through glowing clouds of stardust, where tiny, twinkling stars were being made. "Every star in the sky starts here," Starbit explained. "It's like a nursery for stars." Luna gently touched a new star, and it sparkled brightly. "Will this one shine over my house?" she asked. "It just might," Starbit said with a wink. After what felt like the best day of her life, it was time to return home. Luna and Starbit zoomed back to Earth, landing softly in her backyard. "Thank you, Starbit," Luna said. "I'll never forget this adventure." "Anytime, Luna," Starbit replied. "Just look up at the stars when you want to visit again." With a wave goodbye, Starbit flew back into space, leaving a trail of stardust behind. Luna watched the sky, knowing that now the stars would always feel like friends. And every night, when she looked up at the twinkling lights, she smiled, remembering her adventure with Starbit, knowing that somewhere out there, a little star was shining just for her. The end. The Little Prince of the Stars. In a distant galaxy, there lived a little prince named Orion. Unlike other princes, he didn't have a castle. He had a tiny planet called Lumiere, which glowed softly in the night. Orion's world was filled with stardust and sparkling lights, and his best friends were a comet named Sparky, an ancient star called Solara, and a little flower he named Petal. Orion was curious and loved to explore. He spent his days with Solara, learning stories about the universe, playing tag with Sparky as they zoomed across Lumiere, and caring for Petal, who bloomed more beautifully each day. Though his planet was small, Orion often wondered about the worlds beyond his own dot. One day, Sparky came rushing toward him, trailing a shower of stardust. "Orion! Orion! You won't believe what I found!" he exclaimed, excitement dancing in his voice. Orion's eyes sparkled with curiosity. "What is it, Sparky?" "There's a portal at the edge of Lumiere," Sparky announced. "It leads to other planets." Orion's heart raced with excitement. He had heard Solara speak of portals before, mysterious gateways that could take you to magical places filled with wonders. He turned to Solara, who gave him a wise nod. "Go, Orion," Solara said. "Remember, be kind and follow the light in your heart." With a deep breath, Orion stepped into the portal, with Sparky zooming beside him. In a flash, they found themselves on a new planet covered in sparkling crystals. The sky above was painted with swirls of purple and pink, unlike anything Orion had ever seen. "Welcome to Crystallera!" came a melodic voice. Orion looked around and saw a crystal bird with feathers that shimmered like rainbows. "I'm Celestia," she said. "I guard this planet." Orion introduced himself, and Celestia explained that a creature called the Shadow Eater was stealing the light from Crystallera's crystals. Orion's heart went out to the planet. He wanted to help. "Let me talk to him," Orion offered. Celestia led him to the Cave of Echoes, where the Shadow Eater lived. Inside, Orion called out, "Shadow Eater, I want to talk to you!" A creature covered in flickering shadows appeared. "Why are you here?" it growled. "I heard you're stealing light," Orion said, trying to sound brave. "But you don't need to. You have your own light inside." The Shadow Eater looked confused. "My own light?" Orion nodded and gently reached out, placing his hand over the creature's heart. He thought of all the kindness he had known, of Solara, Sparky, and Petal. As he did, a soft glow spread from his hand to the Shadow Eater, filling him with warmth. Slowly, the shadows melted away, revealing a gentle glow within the creature. The Shadow Eater gasped. "I didn't know I had light of my own!" "You do," Orion said with a smile. "You don't have to steal anymore." The Shadow Eater thanked Orion and promised to return the stolen light to Crystallera. Orion and Celestia returned to the Crystal Fields, where the creatures of the planet cheered and sang in joy. When Orion returned to Lumiere, Solara and Petal were waiting for him. He told them all about his adventure, and they listened with wonder. That night, as Orion lay beneath the stars, he felt a peaceful warmth in his heart. He knew there were more adventures ahead, but for now, he was content to be home, surrounded by friends, with the light of his heart to guide him. The end.